assessing what is what, right? But there's two types of grading. There's quality grading, and then there's yield grading. What is yield grading? Yield grading, we're looking at the fat to lean ratio, yeah. And when you're looking it over, right? They look at the carcass like this when it's whole, and they cut between the 12th and 13th rib, and then they look at the marbling score, but they also look at the fat score, all right? So one of the things they'll do is they'll judge the size of the ribeye area using a camera. They put the camera over, and it has face recognition software, but it also measures the size of the ribeye area, and then they look at the size of it in relation to the exterior fat, and then in relation to the interior fat. So this one's got a fair amount of exterior fat, but not too crazy. I would say this would be yield grade 3, maybe a 4. All right?
The same carcass.
Yeah, I think so. He looks pretty much the same. So a yield grade 3 or 4, that would only be an issue if you're buying whole pieces, right? So yield grade isn't that important in a modern sense. When you're buying HRI cuts, when you're buying strip loins and ribeyes and things like that, they're already trimmed to a specific, all right? So the yield grade isn't as important. But looking at this one, you know, untrimmed, then yield grade would be important, all right? But I would say this is it's probably a 4. There's a lot of fat on the inside. 4, yield grade 4. What are the yield grade? That's a kidney.
Okay.
That's always left in there. All right, so they judge the size and shape of the ribeye area, and then they determine a yield grade, and then they do the marbling score. And these are the official, not some made up one. Is that?
No.
No. This is slight marbling score. Slight marbling score would be select beef. All right? Select beef. Slight marbling score is pretty low quality. It's nice and red, and it has a nice white fat on the outside, right? Nice and red, nice white fat. Why doesn't it have marbling? It's too lean, yeah. But why? Why is it lean? If it has this nice white fat on the outside and a lot of it, why doesn't it have marbling in it? Huh?
It wasn't grass-fed?
No, grass-fed usually is sort of lean like that.
The food they have?
No?
Young? Too young?
Maybe too young. Maybe it didn't get a chance to mature enough to get the marbling. But there's another factor. The genetics. Genetics. When you're buying cattle for meat, the marbling is a genetic trait. Here, I'll show you.